good morning everybody. Welcome to Linda Vassallo's Baking Days plus more. I hope you're having a good day. We're going to be doing the best fudgiest brownies you ever had. Let's get started. First of all, I have my mise en place out, and you can see here I'm getting ready to show you. This is the goop. It's not the best looking thing in the world, but it's goop. That's why it's called goop. It's 3 equal parts of oil, shortening, and flour. No matter how much you want to make, you can make a cup of flour, cup of oil, cup of shortening, mix it well. You could mix it in a stand-up mixer or with a handheld mixer or even with a fork if you don't have all that stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and do the pans real quick. I just want to show you because I never showed you that part. And you got to have parchment paper too. I'm getting ready to make a batch soon, so I'm using 2 8 by 8 inch square pans because I do not have an 8 by 13 inch pan, which the recipe originally calls for. And when you don't have that kind of pan, you got to alternate. These 2 8 by 8 inch square pans are equal to that. So it's perfect for an alternative. I just could not find, even online I looked. I went on Amazon, I couldn't find an 8 by 13 inch pan. And I said, you know what? Let me just do what I always do. Use the 2 8 by 8 square pans. Okay, so we got that done. And now, this is the way I like to put the, cover that up and put that in the refrigerator. You take the parchment paper and let it kind of hang out a little bit. See? Push it in there. If you want, just put a little dab more. It'll stick better to the sides. Here, let me see if you can see. I have so much mise en place ingredients. Alright, you can kind of, you know, you gotta toggle it around. I even put a little crease in it so the paper stays down. This way you can pick them up out of the pan when they're done. Sorry. I gotta kind of take it easy. My knee's hurting today. And all right, so we got that. And now we got this other one. So we got 2. Put the oven at 350 degrees. And I'm trying to put it on at the very last minute because we're having a heat wave. Like a heat wave burning in my heart. Yep, we're having a heat wave till Wednesday. So I'm down here early in the morning doing this so it's not too hot in here. My little thermometer is no longer set at 53. It's at like 63, which isn't bad. But it's going to go up. Okay, so we got that in there. We're all ready to go. Put these aside. Just keep them there. Let's turn us around. And then get started with the ingredients. This one good thing about this recipe, it's a one bowl mixing. You don't have to put it in the upright mixer. You're using your arms, your hands, and everything. And that's a good thing. So these are the nuts. I'm putting nuts in. You don't have to put nuts in. It's optional. But I have 7 ounces of chopped semi-sweet chocolate and about 4.5 ounces of chopped nuts. Even though it says chopped nuts, I'm going to put those together to save room because that's at the end. Even though it says chopped nuts, I still like to chop them. And I couldn't find any. There's a lot of things you can't find at the supermarket these days, so I couldn't find any chopped, many bars. I like to get the bars and chop them up. So I got these big chunks so that they'll be, you could chop them up with a big knife. Not too small though. I like them a little bit bigger. Okay, so we have 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of Dutch processed cocoa powder. We have 1 cup of melted butter. We have 4 large eggs. See? 4 large eggs. Remember what I said? The eggs, the butter, and if you're using milk, best to have at room temperature. You should always have at room temperature, unless you have to melt it. In this case, we melt it. We have 1 cup of granulated sugar and 1 cup of light brown sugar packed, meaning pack it in there and then off with the either bench scraper or whatever you like to use. Okay, so to get started, we are going to put both sugars in, which, like I said, is 1 cup. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. 1 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. All right, so pour that in. And it's 1 cup of the brown sugar. Pour that in. And like I said, this is called mise en place. M-I-S-E space E-N space P-L-A-C-E. I'm pretty sure that's the spelling. You can Google it if you want. It's just a preparation. Have all your ingredients ready. If you're really in a hurry and want it done the night before, you can get it all ready and saran wrap everything right up. So that's what I did last night. And I have these little tops for these little things like this. You know what I mean? It works great. And every baker has to have a scale. It's so important. I like to measure my ingredients. Hello, ding dong, wake up. I like to measure my ingredients. You could either do it to the grams. Like for instance, the 1 cup is 240 grams of unsalted butter. 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil is 30 milliliters, but that's not on my scale here. So 1 1/4 cups is 260 grams of white sugar. 1 cup of packed brown sugar is 200 grams. You know, you can go on and on. 4 large eggs is 57 grams each at room temperature, don't forget. And to do the room temperature, you put the eggs in this bowl, fill it up with hot water, not scalding, or else you don't want to cook the egg, and let it sit for about 10 minutes. Just like with the cream cheese. You put the cream cheese in the bags, put it in some hot water for about 10 minutes to get it room temperature. All right, so we got the sugars in here. I'm going to break it up a little bit. You know how brown sugar, especially when you pack it, it gets a little clumpy. I love brown sugar. It's so cool. But it's just like, I wonder how they just get the molasses in there. It's just made with molasses. And I think something else. I gotta find out. I will let you know next time. Or it could be just sugar and molasses. Probably can make your own. It's moisture. Well, that's because it has the molasses in it. Sometimes with brown sugar, you got to be careful because it could be a little hard. But that's why you got to break it up. Break it up, break it up. Or you could sift it. One or the other. But this is going to be cooked. It's going to be mixed with all the things. So the next thing you're going to do is put your sugars and your oil together. That's what we're doing. 2 tablespoons. Yeah, of vegetable oil or canola oil you could use. I like to get it all out. Every little drop counts because we want these moist. And remember what I said about the pans. It's really important that you don't get too big of a pan. They'll come out too thin and you have to watch the baking time. Since you're using a different pan, it's good to check it a little earlier too. If it comes out with a toothpick a little fudgy and you want it fudgy, take it out because it's still going to set. But if you want it regular, you know, like cakey, between cakey and fudgy, it might come out clean, the toothpick. But this is not a cake. This is brownies. We want it to be just yummy and gooey. I like it like that. Anyways, so, all right. So stir this up. Mix all this up with a whisk. Here, I'm going to let it sit right here and do it. So, just combine it. It's not going to get liquidy or anything right now. You're just combining it with the oil and the sugars. That's all. Oil and 2 sugars. I could have had it all together and just told you about it, but I want to show you the mise en place. I always go by that. So, okay, so keep going. There we go. We're good. Nice and fluffy. Oh, we got a little ball in there. That could be a nice little necklace, huh? Oh, no, I'm only joking. We got to get that out of there. Okay. All right, next is we're going to be beating the eggs in. I think it's the eggs. No, melted butter and sugars, and we whisk well, and then we add the eggs after that. Oh, and it stayed liquidy because it's going to be almost 100 degrees today here in New Jersey. Where are you at? You ever watch the shows? They say, where are you at? Tell me about yourself. So that's what I'm doing. Tell me where you are at. What do you do? How much do you bake? What do you do? Tell me about yourself. I need to get to know you. All right, so whisk this up with the butter. Now it's gonna start till it's like a pale color. I mean, you can do this with a hand mixer, but why? You don't really need it because you're not going to be doing this too long. Okay, so we got that done. And now we're going to add the eggs and vanilla and beat until lighter in color even. Can you see that? Now, this light is not doing well. I had to get a new light. Remember my light broke? Here, see? That's the color it is now. And now we're going to put the eggs in. You can just put them all in at once. I want to get them all out. And the vanilla. After I do that, I'm going to go put the oven on. I think we have the time to do that. Get all the good stuff out. Okay, get rid of some of this stuff out of the way. All that mise en place. I'm assuming it's a French word. Yes, it is. Okay, so mix the eggs with the vanilla. It's definitely going to be lighter with those yellow eggs. Before I go any further, I'm putting the oven on at 350. I was trying not to put that on till the very last minute. We're all done, almost, which we're almost done, so hopefully that heats up fast. Okay, so you just mix this up, and you might see some little clumps of brown sugar, but that's okay. It'll melt when it's baking. Okay, so now we're gonna put the salt in. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt goes in. Let's see. We wrote some of this stuff down, and It's so old I can't even read my own handwriting. All right, so we pour the flour, cocoa powder, and salt in. So if you want to sift it, you can, but you really don't have to. Not in this situation. Salt. I'm going to sift the cocoa powder though. Every now and then when you get cocoa powder, it may have a little something like a little hard rock or something. Not a rock. This was the wrong thing to put cocoa powder in. I ran out of bowls. Okay, so see how there's a couple little, you could push that through, but if it doesn't go through, throw it out. I have to get this out of here. Made a mistake. Don't ever put cocoa powder in a plastic cup. It's got a lot of cocoa powder in there. You might have to, it's sticking to it. I'm gonna take my finger. Yeah, and lesson learned. Use a bowl, glass bowl or metal bowl, not plastic bowl or cup. I thought this would be all right, but it's not. Get all that flour in. Okay. Let's see. You know what we could do? Just stir it and add a little bit more cocoa powder if we have to. I think it's good. We got most of it out. And stir that thing up good. After a while, we're going to fold in the chocolate pieces. See? Let me put this light on. I don't know if that's better. Okay. So you need a pretty good sized bowl to do this. Here, it's coming together. Pretty soon you're going to want to switch to a spatula because it's not going to be harder to stir. Ooh, that looks so good. These brownies, a friend of mine just loves them. It's her daughter's birthday. And she goes, yeah, can you happen to make those brownies? And I said, sure, I'll make them. She used to get cakes when I was in business. She got cakes for me all the time. I made her husband antler cake because he's a hunter. That was kind of unique. I'll have to put that picture up one day. Let me just wash my hands real quick, okay? Be right back. And we're still waiting for the oven to get to its right temperature. I got cocoa on my hands all over the place. All right then. So now we just got to wait for the oven to go beep, beep, and be ready for us to put this in there. And I'm going to be folding in some of the chocolate. Now here's the deal. We're going to take some of this out and put on the top before we put it in the oven. So I'm going to take some of this out and put it in this. You sprinkle it on the top. You'll see. This is semi-sweet chocolate, by the way. This is going to go in here with the nuts in a minute. Okay, so we're going to put the chocolate pieces in right now. We got everything in. Everything's all good. Make sure all the salt's in because that brings out the flavor of the chocolate. All right, we got chocolate. That's 7 ounces of chopped semi-sweet chocolate. And I took some of it out to pour on the top. And we're gonna put approximately as many nuts as you want in there, but I would suggest about 4. That looks like a lot, but when you weigh it, it's not. Well, it's got the cup on it right now, but it's not even 5 ounces right here. So we're gonna put the nuts in. I chopped them up again too. Look at that, yummy. Okay, you fold it in. This is folding. For one thing, there's no way you can put a whisk in there. It will definitely get stuck. Look at this. Yikes. Better stay on, not fall in. Can you see that? Look at that. Let me put you right here. Boy, I gotta move so much stuff here. Is that better light? I can't wait to get that camera. I can wait till July for my birthday. Yes, we are on a budget. It's like most people these days, but make sure you stir it in, fold it. This is ready for the pans now. Okay, so I'm gonna get this all out of the way. All this stuff and put it in the sink real quick. Remember, don't use plastic for the cocoa powder. It's almost there, almost there. It's too hot. Oh, right now it's almost 80 degrees. And it's not even 10 o'clock yet. All right, so the pans, here we go. Let me put you back over here. The bowl, here's the pan. Make sure it's not like that. You don't want the paper in there. Stay, paper stay. If I have to put something there to hold it, I'm going to. Can't be. All right, so we also want our scale with this because I don't want to put too much in one and not in the other. I want it the same. Oh, good, there's the beep. All right, so we want to put this in, half of this in one pan. I know it's a little inconvenient doing 2 pans, but when you don't have an 8x13 pan, tell me if you could find one. It's good to have, that's for sure. I mean, how come they don't make, they make a lot of 9x13 pans. I have a 9x13 pan, but I didn't want to make them too thin. I like them thick, and I know she does too. Okay. Let's just weigh this and see. All right, it says 45. Let's do the other one. We could always add, but I don't feel like having to take it out. And then we'll spread it out flat. Okay. These papers are getting in my way, but they help you to take out the brownie. I forgot I don't have my apron on. It would have been good right now, huh? I always wear my apron. My apron. My apron. still more in there. Oh, I haven't even eaten breakfast yet. You know, I like to eat a little later when I break my fast, because that's what you do at night. You're fasting when you're not eating. That's why it's not good to eat at night. When you break your fast, you should break your fast with something healthy. If I'm really hungry, I'll just grab a couple of like dried apricots or dried prunes. I like prunes, and it's good for your digestion. If you break your fast, definitely don't break it with a bunch of pancakes. That's really not good for you. I'm sorry. It tastes good, but oh, like that. Let's weigh this. Oh my God, is that exactly the same? 45.70. Remember, I'm weighing the pan too. 45.70. I should go play the lottery. It's exactly the amount that I need in each one. Wow. I'm pretty good at this eyeballing stuff, huh? All right, so spread it out to the corners. I go from the middle and like kind of push it. See, these are going to be a nice thickness, just as if you had the 8 by 13 inch pan. My knee is killing me. I picked up something heavy the other day and it hasn't been the same since. I have kind of arthritis there anyways, but I don't want surgery. No, I don't. I don't think I have to have. I just have to get off my knees for a little bit. I overdid it. All right, make sure you spread it out real flat. Just go to each corner. Hold the, because you want them to, that paper is really, I'm tempted to paper clip it. Next time, make it a little longer. All right, take it from the middle and push it. Here, we're gonna, know what I'm gonna do? Put a little bit underneath that and stick it to the outside. That didn't work. I can't believe this. Now it's just gonna burn it. Okay, I'll have to take that off. Why is it doing that? I don't want it to go like that when it starts cooking. I might have to cut this. Here, I made a little dent in it right there. I'll figure it out. Let me get this one done. This one's not as bad with the paper. All right, push that out. You can see all the chocolate pieces in there. Wait till you try these brownies. They're the best. And they're so delicious. You gotta cook them just right. I've sometimes overcooked them. Don't overcook these. Very important not. Unless you like it cakey. Remember, there's no leavening agents in here. Okay, so here we go. Spreading it out. Make sure you're spreading it coming from the middle, because that's where it's all, where I dumped it all. Push it to the side. It's really gooey. So cool. Gooey, gooey, gooey. Gooey, gooey, gooey. It is so yummy looking. Ugh, just spreading it is like delectable. Is that a word? Delectable? Oh my goodness. Have to bake early in the morning before the heat comes out. Unbelievable. The heat wave is here till Wednesday. If I was down the shore, I wouldn't mind. Go by the ocean. All right. Maybe shake it a little so it's like really even. This one looks like it needs a little in that corner right there. Uh-oh, my husband is singing upstairs. He's got to go to the doctor soon. Nothing serious, just a regular doctor's appointment. Okay. All right. So now, all right, I'm going to leave that there. Take some of these and put it on this one. And some of these, like some of them are pretty thick. I guess I didn't chop them all as much as I wanted to, but that's okay. It should melt a lot. Okay. There we go. And this is ready for the oven. 30 minutes, but I would check it at 20, honestly, because we have it in a different kind of a pan. But I am going to get that 8x13 pan because I think it's easier to do it that way. All right, we got it all in. All right, ready to go. Oh wait, I think there's still some left in here. Wow, just a little bit, but every little bit counts. Just a little bit of that fudgy stuff. Going a little cookie. Get every bit of that in there. Put it in the corner. Stay in the corner, you. Okay, okay, the recipe for this will be in the description. Now, if there's a recipe that I have a certain secret to, which I don't want anybody in this entire world to know, I will definitely send it to you privately. And with a subscription, a free subscribe to my channel would be really nice. I'd so much appreciate it. I love doing this for you. In the next few days, I may not be baking. I'll maybe doing other things that doesn't require baking. If you know what I mean. Jelly bean. All right, so these are gonna go in the oven at 350 for 20 minutes, check it, and 30 minutes. It says 25 to 30 minutes for just under done brownies, or until the center of the brownies no longer jiggles, or 35 to 40 minutes if you like the brownies well set and firm. We're gonna do the first one, okay? And then I will show you this when we get back. All right, this is part one. Ooh, part one. Yeah, part one, and that one has it too, of the best, fudgiest brownies that you'll ever have. Or at least one of them. Okay, see you soon.